Hey guys, it is Bryden here, and welcome back to our Carlisle United series. This is episode 4, and today's episode I only have a couple games for you guys, a little bit of a shorter episode. The reason for this is that I do not have that much time today, and in the coming days I'm going to be quite busy as well, so I wanted to get one out before I'm going to be absent essentially, and I wanted to keep the Carlisle United series going, but in the future I'll be getting into those 3-game episodes so we can speed up the series just a little bit more. For the time being though, we're going to have a couple games for you, one against Colchester, another against Crawley Town, and we'll also have the transfer window to close up on top of that, and we'll also take a look at the standings at the very end. But just to talk a little bit about the transfer window, we've already made our moves, we've already made our stakes of what we're going to do thus far. We brought in Butland, we brought in Ballin off free agency, and we also brought in Redmond, and yeah, we also brought in Bittencourt. So quite a few guys on loan and also bringing in from the free agent market. So we brought, some good players in. We're able to, bolster our lineup at this point, and I'm quite happy with what we have. We do not have any more money. We are dead broke now. So I thought about possibly requesting for funds, but I thought at this point we're doing pretty good as is. We're, starting to get the feel of our team and really what it's all about. And I thought that wouldn't be a best idea at this point to do that. So kind of my game plan with all that is that, right now we don't have any money, and I didn't really want to sell any players either because I'm, still getting used to all the players. I'm still getting used to who I like and who I don't like. By January, I think that's going to be the perfect opportunity because by then we'll know, or at least I will know from the games I've played and whatnot, that, who I'm really enjoying playing with, who maybe we can spare, and, maybe bring in some money from selling a player or two. And on top of that as well, because we're only marked to finish mid-table, I think we can definitely request funds and say to the board that, hey, if you give us more money, we can we can get promotion or at least make the playoffs or something. I'm not sure the exact type of tiers that you can go with there, but I think that we're going to definitely do better in middle table. Right now we're floating around the playoff spots. My goal would be to get automatic promotion, but at the worst, I think we're going to get into the playoffs. I think that's, kind of where it is, especially with the lower leagues. There's a lot more, it's not like playing in the Premier League where you really have to almost go spotless if you want to make it that far. In the lower leagues, at least from my experience, is that you can kind of, mess up a lot, and it still doesn't really come back to bite you in the end. So, I mean, that's what we're going to work on, obviously, trying to win as much as we can, getting a goal there from Robson. But, trying to do that and trying to keep the games positive and probably maybe shoot for those automatic promotion spots. But if not, we can still get in the playoffs too. And I think that if we really need to, I'm starting to feel the chains tighten around our chances of getting to the championship next season, then, definitely we can pull the strings possibly on, bringing in some extra money from the board. Now here's a actually really interesting chance there at the 55th minute. And I was crying at this point because that was such a, crazy volley opportunity going up the field. I'm like, oh, this is going to be sweet. And you can see right there that that header was abysmal. It went so far away from the net. I was just like, oh. I thought about not even putting in the video either because it looks so bad. I'm like, but I got to show this. It was a nice little working play there, and I actually almost turned into something nice, but in the end it didn't. So at this point in this game, we're up 1-0. Good game overall. We control most of the play. But unfortunately at this point we give up a goal right here. Actually quite a nice one from Colchester, being there with a nice goal, but I'm not, Butland bringing him in, he hasn't done amazing thus far. Like, I'm not knocking him, he's done alright in some games, but we're actually doing pretty good with Colin when he was playing in net, and I was really hoping that bringing in Butland would kind of be, if you've watched my Liverpool series, kind of bringing in Leno type of scenario, where just this goalie is the messiah and he just stops everything possible coming to the net. And it really hasn't been that story thus far with Butland in net, but I'm going to still stick with him because he's quite better overall, and he's still a young player. It's going to develop in this season, so he's going to get better too. I'm just not sure, like at this point it's been a little bit iffy on how much I've really been happy with his play. But Bittencourt and Redmond have really been great acquisitions thus far. I've really enjoyed what they brought to the team. And, there's been other players too that have been really good, and I've enjoyed, Lee Miller up front. Other guys as well. Madden was another guy that I've enjoyed quite a bit. So the team's doing pretty good. But speaking of Madden right here, he's asking for more wages, or higher wage demand, and I didn't give it to him at this point. And kind of an interesting thing happened. The board, because this hasn't been sorted out, said to me, hey, we're putting him on the transfer list. If you want to sort this out, if you can figure this out, then go ahead, be my guest. For the time being, he's now, considered a transfer, he's available to the market. So it's kind of interesting that the board stepped in and did that. I want to keep Madden. I tried to sign him to a contract there because he's a young player. I think he's got a lot of potential. Obviously not like 80 overall or anything like that, but I think that he can shoot to the 70s, the low 70s, which for us growing into that type of role in the championship and then moving possibly to the Premier League, that's definitely something that we can definitely work with. And for us, like I said, regarding the actual transfer window here, you can see it goes by pretty quickly. I just ran through, I let you guys see essentially some of the moves that happen. You can see Hamsik moving to Manchester City there, which is kind of an interesting one. But obviously it doesn't really concern us at this point yet because we're really, far away from that as of this point right now. We still have a lot of work to do. You can see the offer that we gave to Madden is refused. He refused the offer, so this is going to definitely, now that we're past the transfer window, we're going to get those like 20, notifications. So what's Madden doing? The fans are wondering what's going on with Madden, and it's going to be a pain, but hopefully he's going to stay around because it'd be kind of a little bit of a blow if Madden leaves the team, because pretty much he is our best young striker that we have, because we do have Jervis on loan, but he's not our actual player, and then we have a couple other guys that are younger too that could potentially do something good in the future. But right now they're not there yet. They're still working their way up. They're gonna take some time. Loy's another player that I'm giving a chance in this game because Madden's being a little bit douchey with all his things. He's taking his time. He's not, I don't really want to sign a contract. We're not going to give him the start in this one. He's going to sit on the bench. We're going to give Loy the start with Miller here. See how Loy can do, because I haven't seen him actually in a game as of yet. So we'll see how that works out against Crawley Town here. So we did draw against Colchester there, which is really not what we wanted to do. We're still sitting pretty high in the table, but we've only won 2 games and we've drawn 3 at this point, so we're not really picking up as many wins as I'm hoping, and this is a big game for us to see if we can bounce back at that point. There you can see another good player actually as well that I haven't really talked about much is Potts on the back end there. I've been trying to give him as much opportunity to play in that center back role because I really want to see how much he can develop, because I know some of you guys were saying, hey, this guy is a pretty good player, and he's only, I believe, 18 as well, so young player, and especially, I want to actually, we don't have the money, which sucks, but I'd love to, set up a scouting network, because it's so cool, especially when you're in the lower leagues. You can have those 18-year-olds that really, if you have a better team, they have no place in your squad, and you have to loan them out. You don't get to see them for a while. It's really cool when you have those young players that you're like, hey, this guy, Potts here, he's an 18-year-old, but he's actually pretty good. He's good enough to be a starting player for us. So I really like that. And kind of touching on that, the whole money thing, I have an interesting thing to also touch on here as well. And that's the fact that, I have quite a few coins with my EA FC coins or whatever they're called. And something I could do, now I'm not saying I'm going to do it, and I'm very impartial to this because I like how this series is as is. But I'm going to throw it out there. And the 2 things I could do is I can use the coins to bring in like a scouted, I don't even know what it's called, it's like scouted star or something like that. You get to use some of your coins, you bring in a young player that's like a generated player by FIFA, and he's pretty much guaranteed to be a really, really good player. So I could do that, and we could get that extra really good player, and it'd be kind of sweet to have it. Put a little bit of story online there, and I was, being the manager, I was down at the local pitch, just watching the kids play, and I saw this all-star. I don't even know. We'll work on the story if we decide to go with it, but that's one option we can do. And I want your guys' opinions on this, because obviously I like doing it all natural, like this way, but it's a process, and especially with a series like this, it's going to take some time to get it done, because I remember, like I said, I did Sheffield Wednesday series last in FIFA 12. I didn't do a recording of it, but I did it for myself. And, it took me like 9 seasons to finally really be a threat in the Premier League, and I was really like pushing it as well. I was not there as of yet. But yeah, that's something that we could definitely do. And the other thing is we could do a takeover as well, which means we get a bunch of money. And, what we could do with that money is we could use it just to get scouting. So get really nice scouting in our team and not spend it on any players. Or we could spend it on players if you guys wanted to see that. It's really up to you. But at the same time as well, I'm completely fine with not doing any of that. But I just want to let you guys know I have the money to do it. So, that's something to talk about in the comments. You guys want to see this team just grow naturally, grow like a side that really, let's say Carlisle United really went on a tear, and they were able to actually make it all the way to the Premier League? Or is it a better storyline that, hey, this foreign investor came in, he gave, he put some money into Carlisle United. They got a lot better, and they were able to use that money to push themselves to the Premier League where they haven't been for years and years and years. Is that a better storyline? Is it a better storyline to, have like that young player that pushes the team forward? Or is it just better overall to kind of keep it as is and be like, hey, this team just grew and they got to a point where they're actually, pretty good. So keep that in mind. Let me know in the comments what you think regarding that, because it's a decision that we can figure out for this, and it's something that we could definitely do, but I want you guys to be involved with it because it is that iffy situation where it's not really, it is something that we can use in the game, but it's not, it's not our own merits that we're getting them on. It's just the fact that I have the money from whatever, like turning on FIFA 20,000 times or something like that. So let me know regarding that in the comments. But yeah, you can see in this game, I'm sorry enough for commentating this one. I just wanted to go over some things because obviously I want you guys to marinate on some ideas while this series is taking a break over the next couple of days and we come back for the next episode. You can see Crawley Town game was a lot of fun. Crawley Town took the lead early on, and then Lee Miller just went on a tear for like 5 minutes there. It was really sweet for me because he just finished 2 great opportunities there. I like the second goal especially because I thought it was going to be a missed opportunity, but he was able to put it away. So yeah, that's the end of the episode, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Obviously a little bit shorter, but let me know regarding the stuff I talked about. And the next episode should be coming up, midweek. I have plenty of time midweek to get this up. So yeah, just let me know regarding those things if you guys would like to see, any of that involved. But yeah, at the same time too, next episode will have 3 games in it, so it'll be a little bit deeper. We'll have a little bit more going on, and we'll start continuing to move this series forward so we can get hopefully deeper into the season and hopefully getting Carlisle United up to the next level of the championship. So yeah, thanks guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and yeah, cheers.
With 2 points. And then reading up the table, second bottom Yeovil Town with 3 points. Third bottom Stevenage with 4 points. Fourth bottom Tranmere Rovers with 4 points. Fifth bottom Crawley Town with 4 points.